Hello, vinyl community. Matt here again. This weekend, I went up the mountain and went to Big Bear, California, which is it's at about 8,000 feet. And I went to a store there called Village Music. So yeah, let's check out some footage. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, that's the store right there, and it's sort of an interesting store because it's sort of split in a way. They've got on the one hand they've got recorded music, CDs, records, even cassettes and 8 tracks, and on the other hand they have musical instruments for sale. You guys saw all the guitars that they have, and they also have like flutes and woodwind instruments as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, just a full disclosure, I have been to this store before, but not for a while. Probably 2 or 3 years ago, I went there and I did buy some records from their dollar bins. This time I didn't have time for that. You know, we had the kids with us, and I nobody got time to take an hour to dig through all those. But I did dig through the sort of main bins, which are up above the dollar bins. And I gotta be honest, at first, I think they're kind of overpriced. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I do. They want top dollar for a lot of the records, and honestly, I thought they wanted above retail for some of them. But having said that, to my knowledge, it's the only record store that's up there. To get to Big Bear, you have to kind of go past Lake Arrowhead as well, and as far as I know, there isn't a record store there either. So if you want to go to another record store, you've got to drive an hour and a half down the mountain. And, you know, so on the one hand, they can charge what they like, but also they probably have higher overheads too. They probably have fewer customers. I'm sure they get a lot of tourists that come in, but how many of those actually buy records is another matter entirely. I'm sure people come in out of interest, but so, you know, when you're the only game in town and you don't have competition, I think it's probably natural that your prices are going to be on the high side. On the other hand, near the front of the store, they had a number of what I would call premium records in really nice condition. They were all sleeved and some really top titles as well. I thought the prices for those were pretty good. I was surprised because I looked at those shortly before I left the store, kind of not holding out a lot of hope. I thought, geez, everything else seems pretty expensive. I don't know, you know, other than the dollar records. I thought, I don't know how much these are going to be. And I start flicking through. Long story short, I did buy a record, which I will show to you. And I realized that the title of this video has given it away a little bit, but it is a original master recording. So it's a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab of the Beatles Abbey Road. Now, I thought this was a pretty good price. They wanted $50, you can see here, and I offered them 40, which they accepted. And I thought that was, honestly, I think that's a great price for a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab recording of the Beatles. That's I highly doubt I could find this for under probably 70 or 80 on eBay. So I was really pleased to find that. Now, you'll notice, of course, this is not the normal Abbey Road sleeve. This is actually part of a box set that Mobile Fidelity put out in 1982. If you want to buy the entire box set, you're going to be paying somewhere around $1,000, around $1,000. You know, give or take 100 or 200 perhaps, but that's kind of the going rate. Is like $1,000 for it. And they actually had a few of these, and had I maybe been on my own, I might. You never know, right? I might have dropped a little bit more money and got one or two more, but they had Please Please Me. I think they had With the Beatles, Magical Mystery Tour, which probably, if I had bought one other one, I would have bought that one. But I thought, you know, I couldn't miss the opportunity to listen to an MFSL copy of Abbey Road. And it's not my favorite Beatles album. It's probably in my top 3 though. And yeah, for $40, I thought that's a good price. And actually, I like the cover of it, because this is a reel-to-reel tape, of course, and it's like the I don't know what you call this, like the recording notes or whatever from the tape, and you've got more in the back here as well. And I'll show you the record. It's the usual white Mobile Fidelity label right there, and I have given this a listen, and I have to say it sounds absolutely terrific. It does. It, you know, whether it sounds better than other pressings, you know, that's a matter of taste, a matter of opinion, but I can say that I did hear some differences in it, particularly on Here Comes the Sun. It just sounded more lush. There were a couple of moments where I heard instruments that I just didn't remember hearing in the original recordings, you know, from back in the day. And the album is more bass heavy in general than the earlier, you know, the original pressings. And I also heard little differences too. Again, the bass on Oh Darling. There are 1 or 2 moments in that which normally are slightly distorted, probably deliberately. It was probably a deliberate decision at the time. They're not distorted on the Mobile Fidelity version, which, you know, it's not better or worse necessarily, it's just different. Now, this actually is not, I got to be honest here, this Abbey Road is not my first Mobile Fidelity record. However, it is the first one that I've shown on YouTube. I did buy another one a couple of months ago, and I'd intended to make a video about it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And that is Marshall Crenshaw's self-titled album. Now, a little bit of a story with this. I bought this on eBay. I thought I was getting a great deal. I want to say it was like $19 or something, $18. And I thought that's pretty good. And it was listed in, I don't know, EX or near mint condition, something like that, which is correct. It's in very nice condition. And, you know, I kind of like Marshall Crenshaw. I like that one song, My Favorite Waste of Time, which was covered in the 80s as well by Owen Paul, which was a big hit in the UK. But the Marshall Crenshaw version is probably better. It's a really nice song. It's not on this particular album, I should add. And I thought, you know, an MFSL recording for under $20, I thought, I've got to get that. Even if I didn't know the album. I knew of Marshall Crenshaw, but I didn't know the album. And it turns out that the Mobile Fidelity website actually had this on sale. I could have bought it brand new, I think, for like $15 or $16. Maybe there was shipping on top of that, I forget, but it would have worked out to be, I think, around the same price as this, even with shipping. So I was kind of bummed about that. I don't know if the seller knew that, who knows. But still, I'm glad I got it. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. And like I said, I was going to make a separate video about this, but I didn't know I was going to be picking up Abbey Road. And, you know, so technically Abbey Road's not my first Mobile Fidelity album, but, you know, that wouldn't have made for as good a clickbait title for YouTube, would it? So yeah, I think now Robert Z is the king of Mobile Fidelity albums. I think the guy's got like hundreds of them. I don't know. It seems like he's shown a lot of them on Facebook, and I was kind of blown away because, you know, they're not cheap usually. And like I say, this one, the regular Mobile Fidelity, with the normal cover, the regular version would kind of go for 70, 80. I've seen it go for $100 on eBay. And okay, so the sleeve is different on this one, but as far as I know, the recording's identical. So for $40, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I kind of wish I picked up Magical Mystery Tour as well, because that, you know, Strawberry Fields Forever, that would have been kind of cool to give that a listen. But anyway, really pleased I got this. It sounds terrific. It really does. Again, whether it sounds better, that's a matter of opinion, but it really does sound different, and you do pick out little things here and there, little things in the mix that are either lowered or pushed up. It's very dynamic sounding too, as in it sounds quiet when you first start listening to, you know, I can turn the volume up obviously, but it sounds sort of quiet. It's not really, but the dynamic range on this seems to be greater than on the original pressings. Maybe it's that, I don't know. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Always appreciate all you guys watching and commenting and so on. And yeah, until next time, bye bye.